All right, going to talk about Bitcoin. Got the 3-day chart up here. Bitcoin is the mother coin. Whatever Bitcoin does, the rest of the crypto market follows Bitcoin. If Bitcoin was to go down now to $7,000, the rest of the market would plummet. You'd have altcoins going 25, 30%, huge double-digit losses across the board. Likewise, if Bitcoin was to rally from here and go from 10,200 to 14,000 in a week or two, the altcoins might be slow to catch on at first, but once Bitcoin has gone up and leveled off so it's not overbought, the altcoins will pump hard because of the low market cap, and people are in Bitcoin and they're looking at opportunities in altcoins. So Bitcoin is the mother coin, the God coin, the father coin. Whatever that Bitcoin does, the rest of the market happens to follow each and every time. Right, so we're going to have a look at Bitcoin. We've got the 3-day chart here. Interesting that the 50 moving average candle on the 3-day chart, so we're looking at 150-day moving average, has acted as strong support for Bitcoin here. We touched on it in the drop 9 days ago. We wicked below a little bit. We closed above. We wicked again. Looks like we're bouncing off. We're battling this 50-day candle. It's interesting to see whether Bitcoin can hold that and move away and rally from here, or if we start closing 3-day candles below, bearish. We're looking at the CMF here, the Chaikin Money Flow. Chaikin Money Flow, very good indicator. Really, really good indicator that I've used. I'll show you in a minute why I just think it's such a good indicator. We had a rally, right? We were negative in March, and we began to gain strength. And obviously, the CMF it's a distribution indicator. It points to whether the market is bearish or bullish. It's a very good signal indicator. I use it frequently. So we had a high here. We reached a peak in the CMF at 33. That is very bullish reading, 32, 33. Just before the top, but as the market was going up, then we had a top there in the middle of August, but the CMF had started just slightly to go bearish, just below 30, went from 33 to 30. No great shakes really, but an indicator as potent as this, it's really worth looking out for, and I'll show you that in a minute. So we started to go a bit bearish, and the price action was going sideways. We went down to 20, 26, even below that. We went down to 20 on the CMF before the correction began. So we're still in sideways, but the CMF had gone from 32, 33, all the way down to 20, where are we there? 20. That's quite a big drop. So that is telling you that there was a bearish sentiment building in the market, and we had a huge correction here, a powerful one, because we've gone all the way down to 10. That's quite a big movement, but we're still positive. Which is interesting. Now, let me show you the chart. A very interesting chart, the 3-day chart. I really like being on a chart in between a daily chart and a weekly chart, because they're both so key when you're looking at all these indicators. And the sweet spot is 3 days. Really sweet spot. So as you can see, in the bear market, Bitcoin would go underneath this 50 candle, rise above and go underneath. And then here we broke through it in January 20. And this is where I'm talking about a phenomenal indicator here on the CMF. Really, really good. So we were bearish all through, even when the Jinping rally was. So we had the Jinping blockchain announcement, the Chinese president. We had a huge rally upwards, and the CMF didn't move. It barely moved. It didn't get above zero. That is telling you, that is indicating to you that it's not a bullish market despite the huge upturn. Right, we go across here. We start in January. Now, we had increased price action, so we came up here. The CMF is a very good indicator of how the market is in terms of volume, bullish volume, and sentiment in the market. And this will show you here that this correction, I think the bull market, the upmarket trend, after last year's bull trap, began in January. So we bottomed here in December. We began in January. We went up to highs of 10,500, and then we crashed in the COVID crisis. I think that was an unnatural market movement. I think that the CMF points at that too, because the CMF, the Chaikin Money Flow, had risen here, and then we had gone down following the side. We had a bit of sideways action, but this was a fake. It was market circumstances. So then we returned to the bull market. This was a great buy point here. Really, really good. So we returned to our bull market, and I think we'd be higher now, but it's all ifs and buts. Let's have a look where this indicator is very, very potent indeed. So we had our bull trap. We had our bull trap in 2019. I don't think that was the beginning of an uptrend. I think it was a bull trap where smart money rinsed the dumb money. So we're going along. We bottomed in December 18 at Bitcoin 3,122. Then we went along sideways for a long, long time. This was interesting part. This was where people should have been buying. But then we get a flicker. We get the CMF above zero. And look at the CMF there on the 20th of March. It flew up. It went right up to 18, 19, positive. But the chart, the price action, had remained level. So that's a brilliant indicator. If you'd have bought, because the Chaikin Money Flow had indicated there that the market was turning bullish, you could have been in store from 3,919 all the way up here as the CMF rose and rose and rose steadily high up to 13,880. See, that's where this indicator becomes very useful indeed. When you've got price action that's stagnant, that's going sideways, and then you get a huge rise on the CMF. Let me just point to it so you know exactly what I'm talking about, because this is phenomenal. So here we go. We get above zero there on that little rally in February. Then we go back down again. But then all of a sudden, the 5th of March, we get a boom right up in the CMF to the 20th of March. Now there, when it got to there, 2018, 19, after such a bear market that we'd had, there, boom, buy. And you would have been very early. Now I started to buy here. When we had the banker's bonus in April, the 2nd of April, and we had the big boom, bullish move upwards, I bought here. I was buying here, but not in huge quantities. But then we went here, and I did buy a little bit there, but I could have got in here using the CMF here. Then again, bull market confirmed there. A lot of people bought here, actually, and then the bull market was confirmed. And when it got to here, I was buying here as well. I was really accumulating Bitcoin here because I'd seen that we'd broken out. But this wasn't healthy. There was no real decent correction. We went up, we went sideways, we went up again, we went sideways. We never had a healthy correction, and then we had our blow off top. I think that was a smart money manipulating the herd. So yeah, this indicator is a phenomenal indicator. Please use this indicator. Okay. All right, next chart I want to show you is, let's have a look at the weekly chart. So we're on the longer time frames at the moment. So on the weekly chart, we're on the 21 EMA again. If I can just stop that. Right, yeah, so we've got the weekly, the 21 weekly EMA. I do beg your pardon. Bear with me a second. Okay, so here we go. Oh, right, here we are. We're using this as support, the 21 weekly. The 21 weekly 21 weekly EMA is really the barometer, and I'm going to show you now where it comes in really useful. As you can see, we've wicked down to it, we've touched it twice, we've not closed a candle below it. In a bear market, we're up and down on it. Once we got above it here, we were so far above it. We're too far above it here. That's too much to be above it. We're too far away from the mean. And it means that it's a risk of having a blow off top when it's that far away. The same thing happened end of 2017 into 18. As you can see here, right, now this is an interesting one. I've looked at this before, but I'll look at it again. It's great for buying dips in a bull market. Okay, a great indicator. So whenever we're in an uptrend, and I believe we're in an uptrend now, we're just having our first correction in this uptrend. If you count it from January, we had the shock of the COVID crash, the Black Thursday. If you count it from there, we've already had an almighty correction. But if you're saying it's from March, this is our first proper healthy, stealthy correction, right? So when you're in a bull market, the time to buy on the way up, because this is for the majority of people really in this market. They'll see it go up and then it goes up really much. You need to wait for it to correct and then buy. Because if you bought here in June 17 at the top, you're looking at prices of $2,967. If you'd waited 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, a 5-week correction, you could have bought at 1830. That's $1,000 less. That makes a huge difference over time. Think about it. If you buy something for 2,000, you only have to wait for it to go to 4,000. You've doubled your money. If you buy it at 3,000 with 2,900, but we'll say 3,000, you've got to wait for it to go to 6,000, and that's a long way further up, isn't it? It's a whole 50% further up. So then we buy here. So we buy here, and then we're in, and it goes up. Okay, it went to highs here of $5,000, as you can see there at the top there. The highs, 4,979. Okay, so traders will sell tops like this because the long upper wick there, when it's gone parabolic on a rally, good traders are always looking for a sell opportunity, a take profit opportunity, not always a sell, especially in an uptrend. It's very dangerous to sell Bitcoin in an uptrend. Okay, so you take profits somewhere around here, somewhere in that candle there, between 4,979 and 4,169. Okay, and then it corrects. When it comes down, it came all the way down from $5,000 to 2,972. Again, 2,000 difference. You buy there. Rallies up again. Really rallied up here in 2017. This was the big bull market. From there, it went a bit unnatural. That's why we had such a big blow off top. Bitcoin was way overvalued. And we had our blow off top. And then we had a bear market for 2 years, 29 months we had a bear market. Let's have a look in a little bit more detail at this bull market of 2016 and 17 and the 21 weekly EMA. Because it is an incredible buy signal in a bull market. And that's what we're looking to do, isn't it? To get in low, take profit high, and then get in low again. Okay, so 2016, it started by then. Let's go back to the beginning of this uptrend, which was September 2015. Okay, so we rally up. We don't rally all the way. We don't come back down to the 21 weekly EMA there. So you could wait here until we come back to it. So highs of, you wouldn't have sold there. You wouldn't have sold this big wick up. I don't think you would. You would have probably sold around here if you're analysing it on a daily basis. So you could have sold for highs of 466, waited for the 21 weekly, and bought back in at 352. Okay, so there's the first buy point when it touches here. We rally up again, we rally up. We use it as support here, which is interesting, all the way up until May 2016, using it for support. Then we rally up. We have a huge rally in Q2 Q2 of 2016. Q2s are phenomenal times, really, in Bitcoin. As we had the bull trap last year, they tend to be good Q2s and Q4s, quarter two and quarter four. Right, so we had highs here of 778. Then we have a correction. So you're going to get out of the market around here, especially here, somewhere around here. You might be getting out at about 720. But it goes all the way down here, touches this 21-week EMA, but it goes below it. It goes down to 465. So from highs of 800 nearly, you're going down to lows of 400 again to buy in. We rally up, we rally right up. We go so you buy in here on lows of 465. Maybe you'd buy at 5. You wouldn't get it right at the bottom. Then huge rally. So you've bought there, you've gone up to over 1,000. You've gone to 1139 from buying in here at 400. Huge rally, back down, touch the 21-week EMA again, so you know where to buy. So from 1139, what you might have bought, you might have taken profit at 1,000. It's gone all the way back down to 750. So you buy again there, buy that dip, up again, rallies right up to $1,300. Then back again, touches the 21-weekly EMA again. Lows of 8. Right, and then you've bought here again. You've bought lows of 891, so say 900. Then huge big rally. From 891, we're looking at highs here. So we're only talking about, sorry about this scaling business. There we go. So we're saying we bought here, okay, 10th of July, 17. Huge rally, right up. Incredible. So from 1830 up to 5,000, 4979. Wow. Take profits there, come back down, touch the 21 weekly, back down to $3,000. And then from that $3,000, this was the big one, really. From that $3,000. So your last buy-in point is here, $3,000. It's gone to 20K. Bitcoin went from that buy-in there to 20K, and then you're out of the market in profit. Right, so that's the 21-week EMA again, in how powerful it is. We'll look at the 1 hour quickly now. The 1 hour chart here in Bitcoin, what it's going to do over the weekend is why I'm looking at this. Okay, because that's all we want to know short term. Okay, I think this is going to go down. I think Bitcoin is in Elliott wave. So we've got, let's have a look. Where am I? Here. Right. A, B, C, D, E, and now we're going to go lower. That's what I see in Bitcoin. I see it going down, testing that 21-week EMA again at 9,900. I think it might be about 10K now, actually. Yeah, let's have a look at that. Let's have a check of that, because I've got the chart up here. Yeah, the 21-week EMA is 9,964. So I think we're going to come down and test that again. Okay, now, quick look at the one daily, the 1 day, and the MACD. The MACD, interesting, the MACD, because these red bars don't tend to get smaller and then go sideways and then get bigger again. Once they start getting smaller, they get smaller and smaller and smaller, then they go positive. They'll go to green. They don't usually go along sideways in there and then get red again. That's a good indicator with the MACD. It's a pretty basic one. I do like the MACD, especially on the 1 day chart. I also like the CMF on the 1 day chart. So really, all in all, that's Bitcoin today. Please catch my next video. And my next video is going to be about Ethereum options and the sentiment and the market in Ethereum.